Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Germs, welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I am Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on FridayNightLights.wiki.fandom.com/wiki.
Click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, I messed up,
Is that
and
right?
I forgot what day it was. A lot of times,
So
and
there
we
was
just we just
there's
didn't do it.
As of when you're listening to this, when are you gonna put this up? You're gonna put this up on the normal day.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't, because for me, time has no meaning, and I don't even know when podcasts happen anymore. Obviously, the same is true for Johnny. So last week we just didn't have an episode because we forgot it was Tuesday.
Yeah, and you were like, "Hey, did you put the episode up today?" And I was like, "Oh, whoops!"
Like, wasn't even on the radar.
And then I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll get it up tonight. My bad." And we just didn't even have anything for me to edit. We had just so completely missed the mark.
So not only did you forget to to upload it, we both collectively forgot we had nothing to upload. Yeah, that's very good. So I would say, we've been what, this is like 8 years in, something like that. So we're basically experts.
It's interesting that's sort of the worst. For you and I, that's the worst of it so far, though, is we forgot to make our podcast one week.
One time in 450 episodes or whatever. Pretty good. Also, we have some Patreon bonus content, I believe, going up here
soon. Yeah, and I think we didn't talk about it before, but I would like to do my little part, record the flip side of what we did last time today, if you're up for it.
I think I'm down. Do we want to tell everyone what we're working on?
Yeah, we're just rating animals.
Just rating animals.
We
People
did
seem to be loving, rating stuff.
We did a whole episode about fish.
That's right. I managed to come up with a bunch of fish. I'll tell you what, it's real hard to come up with 50 fish that are good and worth talking about.
Same with birds.
So be on the lookout for that on the Patreon. If you're not a Patreon member, you can go to patreon.com/arcadeaudio, and for I think it's $5 a month, you get access to all the bonus episodes of us and everyone else on the network and the Discord. And I think tonight some people are talking about on the Discord. They're talking about watching a movie together. And, on the old voice chat, and
that will have
watching a movie.
By the time you hear this, that will long since have passed.
You will have missed that particular one, but maybe that'll be a weekly thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
it seems fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff.
You want me to get an article?
Yes. I'm dying to find out what's going on in the world of Friday Night Lights.
That reminds me, in some Pee-wee property, he says just the funniest thing. And I forget the exact wording, but he's like, he's done talking to someone. He is ready to leave the conversation. And he says something like, "Well, let me go."
Yeah.
Which is just so good.
Whenever my mom, so like, I don't, our moms would, I mean, maybe your mom did this too, would talk on the phone with her friends. And I think that's a dear thing to do. But after she'd be on the phone for a while, she would say like, "Well, I guess I better let you go."
Yeah.
Which is her saying like, "I want to go."
Mm-hmm.
But it's a real fun way of being like, "Well, I'm the one putting you out. I should let you go."
Yeah.
This is
and
a
then
real fun
maybe the other
old-timey way
person's
of
like,
being polite.
"Oh wow, yeah, I have been on this call for a while."
It has been 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Yeah, my mom used to talk to her aunt. She was like really close with her aunt. Mm-hmm. So they would talk basically every day on the phone for at least an hour. And
so wild.
And we lived a 15-20 minute drive from them.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom would talk to her friend that lived essentially lived in the neighborhood practically. She would talk on the phone too.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's nice. It's nice to have friends you want to talk to.
I can't even order a pizza without freaking out.
Yeah. Well, it sucks whenever you're in the house and your mom's on the phone talking to her good friend that she loves dearly and has known for 25 years, and you're just trying to go on eatandearn.com, but you can't because your mom's set up the phone line.
I want to check. I want to get crunchitized and check on my crunchlings.
I'm trying to go to AOL's keyword skateboard.
Did you see this thing? I don't know where I saw it. Someone like tweeted it, but some company is releasing like this insane box set for Chex Quest.
What?
Did you ever play Chex Quest?
I'm very familiar with it. I don't recall if I played it or not. I know it's essentially just Doom.
It is Doom, but for cereal. It was a fantastic game that I played a lot of.
So it's a would you say the genre is a serial killer?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. We can move on.
Wow. This is a short one.
Okay.
This feels like not an article. I'm perplexed.
All right. Was that like the user page for somebody?
WWRD.
What would Reggie do?
Close. Welcome to FNL's WWRD, or our Would Riggins Do. I assume it's supposed to be what would Riggins do.
Okay.
Feel free to ask any questions that you might want to ask Riggins and receive answers to how you should live your life the even keel Tim Riggins way. And that's the whole page.
So no one's asking any questions?
No. This is nothing, and I don't understand.
This is amazing. What would Riggins do? The even keel lifestyle? Did he write a book?
Be even keel. That's Tim Riggins.
That's the Tim Riggins way.
Do you remember the song What Would Brian Boitano Do?
Yes, I do, from South Park. Big
yeah.
and Uncut. Yeah.
That's a fun song.
There are certain things that just kind of stick with you, and like I can't think of it right now in the moment because I'm on the spot, but there have been songs stuck in my head since I was like 6.
Yeah.
Well,
like just today, Jessica in our group chat, like our little whatever, we have a little group chat with all of our friends from Florida.
Deal with it. I'm sorry.
She just shared like the intro to these like science videos that we used to watch in elementary school, and that song is just like.
I didn't listen to the song yet.
Were you familiar with the Eyewitness videos?
I don't know if I am. Was the beginning just like essentially like the beginning of the X-Files, where just stuff was flying by?
Kind of.
Okay.
And the song has never left my head. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man.
Well, I don't know that, but I'm glad you just activated somebody.
Yeah, someone. I just Manchurian candidate candidated someone.
The other day, speaking of movies, I watched. Did I tell you I watched the 3D whatever the 3D Friday the 13th was?
Yeah.
Boy, it was a real treat. The entire time was so fun. There was one scene where one of the kids or teenagers or whatever is just like, he's like laying above somebody, maybe like in a bunk bed or something, and he's just yo-yoing down at the person in the bottom bunk, and so the camera is just looking up at the yo-yo as it comes down at us over and over again for like probably essentially around a minute probably worth of just that.
And I'm going to assume you did not watch this in 3D.
No, but I want to go back and watch it in 3D so bad. Yeah, we're going through and watching every Friday the 13th and like just like all of them.
That's fun. We talked about that briefly in our civilian lives, and I said, and I stand by this, the only good 3D movie that's ever been made is Jackass 3D. Right. And then, just like after we got off that Zoom call, Jessica and I just watched Jackass clips for like, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. It's so good. It's so good. And just the sheer, like, the first one that we started with was the high five, the big hand that just like smacks dudes.
Yes.
And the delight that they get when they smack someone is
I think-
is great. But what's even better is the delight when they get smacked and they're like, "Oh
Yes.
man, you got
The
me."
appreciation for it, yeah. Well, that reminds me. It might have been the very first prank in maybe Jackass 2 where they're in the hotel and they've rigged up like a giant punching glove. What do you call it? A boxing glove? And just basically like they'll get person A, and then that person will then get person B, and then that person will get person, like everyone's just so excited to go get somebody else.
The best is, I forget who it was, but for the hand, they had one guy carry a tray of soup, and they got him, and it spilled the soup everywhere, and and then Johnny Knoxville's like, he carried the soup. He's just like, they're all like, not only losing their mind that they got him, but losing their minds that he carried a tray of like 6 bowls of soup.
Like somebody told him like, hey, we need some soup for the next prank. Like, fucking idiot. Of course we
Oh
don't
my
need soup.
god!
Yeah,
Truly,
but I feel like
truly
those guys
great.
It feels really good natured. You know, like
Yeah.
no one really gets hurt. Really, I don't think. I mean, unless they do it to themselves.
Right.
I remember, like at one point, I remember John Knoxville like broke his arm or broke his leg or something, like when Jackass was a TV show, and for like future episodes, you would just see him still doing stuff, but like with his leg or his arm or whatever in a cast, just like, hey, I'm here to do some work.
We also watched the one with Butterbean, where like they just go into a store and Butterbean just like fucking clocks Johnny Knoxville,
Just like like one shots him.
and he like just is down. He like gets knocked out. And as soon as Johnny Knoxville comes to, there's like a medic like helping him out, and he just goes, "Is Butterbean okay?"
I love the presence of mind of like a real comedic mind to
my
just
god,
always be ready.
It's so good. Jackass is great. Jackass is
Yeah.
great.
Oh, and they're making a fourth one.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, that's nice. We need that in these times.
And we saw another thing. Apparently, Jackass was only actually on TV for 3 seasons.
Yeah, that checks out. My brother had the box set of like every episode. Man, it's just so good to watch.
It feels like it was on. It feels like it was such a thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 3 years is a long time, or 3 seasons is a long time. Like when it probably goes between like when we were in 8th grade through like 11th grade. Like
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's
You know.
a huge chunk of your development.
Formative bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's man. We're probably the way we are because of Jackass.
It certainly doesn't help.
I'd love to see like a breakdown, like a pie chart breakdown of like what caused me to be the way I am. You know, like 15% Jackass, 32% Phantom of the Opera.
My brain got
Gerard Butler
rewired after I saw Cats.
Yeah, that's a recent development for you. Yeah. I just watched Cats for the first time this past week. I enjoyed it. It was insane. I don't know that it made too much sense, so I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it.
For sure.
There was a cat that was magical, but then there was another cat who was the bad cat who was also magical, but not as magical.
Mm-hmm. It's perplexing.
Yeah, perplexing I think is a good word for it. And I think you could use that for every aspect of it. In front of the camera, behind the camera.
One of the more challenging things for me upon seeing that movie was how they decided which cats were going to wear shoes and how they decided which ones weren't. And the most troubling for me was Taylor Swift, Bomblerina, because she's not wearing any other clothes. She's wearing like shoes and I think a necklace, which makes it feel so much more like crass than being completely naked or like wearing clothes. But just like the just shoes and necklace was too much, I think.
That's interesting. What if she would have been wearing like a shirt like Winnie the Pooh?
Fine. It's just,
what if it was one of those shirts that had like the airbrush bikini lady on it? So it's like your body
even
was
better.
real...
Would it be a bikini? Like, would it be a cat wearing a bikini, or would it be a human wearing a bikini?
Oh boy. Well, I thought human, but now you said cat, and I guess it has to be cat.
who decided to airbrush things? You know what I mean? But because it's such a specific thing to get at like the beach or a flea market.
Yes, and maybe only in like coastal areas. Maybe only in Florida and like the boardwalk at Santa Monica or something.
Right, and the world's largest truck stop in Iowa.
Yeah, what's the overlap there? What's the middle of that Venn diagram?
Well, Iowa is the perfect center of the Venn diagram of the East Coast and the West Coast.
Wow, man. That's interesting. Is
Yeah.
Iowa the platonic ideal of a state?
There's no way. You know what I realized last year? I don't know if I've mentioned this before or not, but so I-80, the road that big truck stop is on, goes from
And you're
New
referring
York.
to the world's largest truck stop.
Yes, correct. It goes from, I believe, New York to like Washington State or something.
Wow.
It goes all the way. But 2 years ago, I guess, Jessica and I went on our honeymoon, and we drove from Chicago to Santa Monica. We did Route 66, and then
On the road.
I don't know, 9 months later or so, we went to New York, and then a storm caused our flights to get canceled, and we just had some stuff going on here that we kind of needed to get back for. So we were like, well, fuck, let's rent a car and drive back. So we drove from New York to Chicago. So I realized later that in a calendar year, we drove from New York to LA.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you've seen everything this country has to offer.
Yeah. Not
What
great.
was your favorite state? Not great. Not great.
Wow, that's actually a really good question. So most of the New York to Chicago trip was overnight and miserable. The Chicago to California trip was lovely and enjoyable.
Now, do you think, if you're being objective, do you think it had anything to do with the fact that that part of the trip was a honeymoon that you planned and it was beautiful, and then the other thing you're describing was a nightmare hellscape?
No.
No. Okay.
No, my favorite state, Arizona was really lovely.
Really? Okay. Painted Desert, is that Arizona?
I believe so. And the Petrified Forest, which I think is also Arizona. And obviously the Grand Canyon.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it was great. And New Mexico was great too.
Yeah, but New Mexico is just like the runner-up to Arizona. Like, Arizona got all the cool shit.
I mean, Arizona has the cool natural shit. New Mexico has the cool, like, man-made shit.
The supernatural shit.
Yeah. Because New Mexico had Roswell and Meow Wolf.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, you got me there. That's a good rebuttal.
And Albuquerque. And it was very fun to drive through Albuquerque and listen to the song Albuquerque.
Did it take you the same amount of time to listen to the song as it did to drive through the city?
Yeah, I mean, I listened to the song 8 times.
Oh, so, yeah, perfect. Okay, great.
And California was fun. We got to see Needles, home of
the second bad guy after Biff in the Back to the Future franchise.
Is that true?
Needles. Yes, played
Oh.
by Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Whoa. He's
the one that calls McFly chicken. I
We
mean,
just
a few of
watched
them do, but he's one.
the first Back to the Future like 2 weeks ago.
So did we.
It's extremely good. It's a perfect
It's
movie.
maybe a perfect movie. Wow.
Yep, there you
Smile
go.
Later.
I hope we said that at the same time. If you're not going to wear a mask, that's one thing. Like, whatever. I don't know if we talked about this. But
It pisses me off.
to have same. But if you're going to wear it and not not cover your nose, that's so much worse to me.
It's someone. I mean, it's like if you're walking around with your pants, but your dick's hanging out your zipper.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.